Hello, we're here tonight with Paul Marshall, the Seaton Ramblers legend, and he's going to do our weekly roundup from Division 3. Last week, we'll get on to all 5 games, Marshy. Plimpton, they got defeated 9-16-70, got defeated by Golden Grove, 15-3-93. How did you see that one playing out, mate?
It was a bit of a shock actually. I rate Plimpton, and Golden Grove, pretty good team too. But
is that home too at Plimpton?
Plimpton's always very hard to beat there, so that was a bit of a shock for us. But yeah, I certainly rate Plimpton, so they'll be around the mark.
They're right up there, are they?
Yeah, I'd imagine they'd be. They beat the only team to beat Brighton, so
yeah.
They're not a bad unit. Minners has got them playing some good footy. So.
And Golden Grove?
Yeah, they stretched us for probably a half, and then second half they seemed to lose a bit of steam, and I think we had a really dominant third quarter. I think we kicked 10 in the third against them and put them away. So
was that up there or at Big House Car Park?
That was at Rams. Always difficult to beat up at Golden Grove, so it'd be a tough assignment for us later in the year heading up there. So
yeah, next game from last weekend, Walkerville 14-17, 101. They clobbered Portland 8-15-63. Portland kicked the first 4 goals of the game, and led to believe about the last 3, so not much in the middle.
Yeah.
How did you see that one playing?
I ran into a couple of Walkies boys before the game actually, and they were pretty confident to get the points. So, but Portland again, always really difficult to beat at Portland. So, you know, that was a bit of a surprise. I would have thought Portland would have got the points, but yeah, we stitched up Walkerville pretty comfortably at their deck.
And Portland on their home ground?
Yeah, that was earlier in the year. They had a few out that day though, but and we had a pretty good day out. But
used to be a fortress down at Port Reserve, and it's not so much anymore.
And we never used to lose the Walkies at home, but yeah, that was a bit of a surprise, I guess.
So Walkerville now, I suppose they've got a chance of pushing for the finals, and Portland, with 2 wins from the first time, they're just struggling for relegation now, it appears.
Yeah, I think maybe when it gets a bit wet and cold, and maybe a few of the harder body Portland boys would come into their own, and maybe they'll make a bit of a run in the second half of the year. Yeah. I know Weeds, who's got Walkies, would be pretty confident that they might be able to have a good second half of the year too, and maybe push for a top 5 spot. But yeah, both teams, I guess, we either try and make the 5 or maybe shape the 5 if they can. So yeah.
So that was to me a surprise. You often think Portland pretty hard to beat at home, and a fairly big win like that to the Cats. So
yeah, absolutely.
Next game, one of them had to win, and Smosh was behind. Sorry, they were in front all day. Then Mitcham got them at Price Memorial, and it was Mitcham 12-7-79 to Smosh 11-10-76, 3 points.
Yeah, we've played both these teams in the last 2 weeks prior to the weekend, so we saw them firsthand. Similar units, obviously lacking a bit of depth this year, but it was always going to be a toss of the coin. Obviously Mitcham at home are difficult to beat. They play that ground pretty well, but Smosh impressed me.
A lot of youngsters.
Yeah, and look, I know Glack's really well, and he's got him playing some good footy in patches. I guess it's just that touch he's missing at the moment, and sometimes when you get like that, you forget how to win games of footy, and I think that's probably where they're at the moment. But I'm sure they'll stick at it and get a couple of games shortly. Yeah,
they're not far away from winning one. You think they've been in a few right at the end. So.
And they got some reasonable handy footballers in that team.
Yeah.
James Watt, ex-league footballer, he dominated against us. So I think that they'd get a win shortly.
The other one was a big win, and caught me a bit surprised. I thought Westminster might have matched Brighton with their experience, but it was Brighton 17-15, 117 to Westminster 7-8-50. So that was a 67-point margin.
Yeah, look, obviously Brighton are the measuring stick at the moment, so playing some amazing football. And Westminster played some pretty good footy against us too, so I rate them as well. So just shows where the rest of the teams have probably got to take their footy to get to where Brighton are at the moment. But obviously they're the ones to beat, and yeah, see how we go in the second half of the year.
And the last game, we're going to go to your game where it was inaccurate. Seaton Ramblers couldn't quite get there, and it was Flinders Park 9-9-63 at Flinders Park, defeated the Rams 7-16-58 by 5 points. So
yeah, bit of a heartbreaker.
Bad kicking, bad footy, mate?
Yeah, that's what it was, mate. Look, it was a bit of a dogfight. It was a bit of an arm wrestle all day. I don't think there was, give or take a couple of goal margin in the game the whole day. But yeah, probably second quarter cost us. We had a fair bit of a footy and just couldn't convert on the scoreboard. I think we kicked 8 points in that term. And when you go down by 5 in a close game, that'll do it. So it's probably one that got away from us. Probably one we probably should have won, but we didn't. And credit to Flinders, they stuck at it and just got the points on the day. So. And
a huge game from Tremaine, I've heard, keeping Ainger to 1 goal.
Yeah, I was talking to Ainger after the game, and I said, geez, it was just good to watch a good matchup between DT and Ainger, who's obviously been in good form in the competition. But yeah, Darren just played a really good game on him, played him tight, and held him to 1 goal for the game, which I think.
Three or four has probably been his lowest all season.
Yeah. So, he probably got some help with the back half, with Toddy Gates and a couple of others. But, Darren's just a super talent, and it was a pretty good matchup. So.
And tell us a little bit more about your better players on the weekend, mate.
Yeah, Luke Rochester, obviously in the middle.
Rocky.
Yeah, Rocky.
Middle, ball magnet.
Yeah, just so composed under pressure. They played really well. Braden Wild in the middle, and then moving forward had a really good game. Gator down back, obviously
hard as nails.
DT, hard as nails. Obviously DT down back, but across the board, I think we had most players played their role on the weekend. We didn't really have any sort of players that didn't contribute, but. Just couldn't get the points, so
inaccurate kicking.
That's what it came down to in the end, I think, mate.
All right, we'll get on to this week's round of matches. Smosh Westlakes host Flinders Park.
You'd probably see Flinders winning that game, given the positions on the ladder. But like I said, Smosh have got a bit of pride, and I think Glacks would have them sort of, fired up for the second half of the year, and they might. Surprise, but I think Flinders would have enough talent across the board to win comfortably.
Westminster host Mitcham at Clandor.
Once again, I think Westminster probably got the quality and the talent to get that one. Mitcham were pretty good against us, for most of the game, so they could surprise. But I would think Westminster at home would get that one.
Portland host Golden Grove. Now in round 1, I know Portland were about 7 goals in front and got overrun. This one's at Port Reserve. Can they turn it back into a fortress?
Yeah, I'll back Portland to win this one. Golden Grove obviously had a good win at Plimpton last game, but I would think it wouldn't be sitting really well with Moods at the moment where they're sitting. So I would think he'll. Have them fired up for that game to start fresh and maybe get a win, and like you said, make that ground, a ground that they can, play well at, and
back
teams,
into a fortress.
Yeah, and teams can fear sort of going to again.
Now we've got the improving Walkerville taking on Brighton at Brighton Oval. Can you see Weeds men getting close?
I wouldn't have thought, given that's probably the hardest track in football in Div 3 at the moment. So. Look, they'll give it a go, but I think Brighton, like I said, they're the measuring stick at the moment, so they'll probably comfortably win that one.
And we've got probably the round of the game. We've got Plimpton playing Seaton at Plimpton Oval with the new electronic scoreboard down there and everything at Plimpton Oval. So how do you see this one? Yeah,
well, obviously I'll back ourselves to bounce back with a win, but we're going to have to play some really good football, consistent. 4-quarter football to put it all together. They've beaten us there in the past, and they're very difficult to to play there because they play that ground so well. It's a really interesting oval. But like I said, look, we've been playing some pretty good football as well. It'd be a really good matchup. It was a good matchup in round one. You know, it was pretty hard at it for the 4 quarters that we got over the line, and I would expect nothing different this round. You know, Minners has got them playing some good footy, so it'd be a pretty good matchup. And but I'll back our boys in to have a good solid win.
Not a problem. Thank you very much, Paul. Thank you for your weekly roundup.
Thanks, Hayes.